Good morning to our beloved lecturer, which is Madam Marani and friends. We would like to thank our lecturer for giving us the opportunity to be here today. Before we begin, allow me to introduce ourselves. My name is Muhammad Asaikal Ibrahim, and my matric number is 01DGU21F1026. While on my right is Muhammad Salman Safwan bin Muhammad Hamdan, and his matric number is 1001DGU21F1026. My dear fellow friends, have you ever felt jealous when you see other people get good result with their examination? Have you ever felt motivated to get a good result in the exam and make your parents happy? Have you ever wondered how top student studies and how they remember all the formula? Well, today we are going to talk about 6 ways to become successful students. Allow me to define our roles. I will talk about our introduction and 3 of our points on how to become successful student, while my partner will explain about the remaining 3 of our main points on how to become successful student and our conclusion. Dear friends, first of all, my first point is the first step to being a successful student is keeping attendance. Regardless of the teaching format, whether it is boring or simply impossible, attending class is a key to success. Even if all of your readings are complete and you feel comfortable with the information, attend class and listen to the material as it is discussed in class. Make note of the teacher's point of view and the topics that are covered in more detail. Chances that you will see them again on a test or exam. Take notes on pertinent information and on subject matter that you do not quite understand and need to clarify. Attending class will ensure that you familiarize yourself with the knowledge you gain and that knowledge will be easily recalled when most needed. I have just discussed that keeping your attendance can help you to become a successful student. Dear friends, I shall now move on to my second point, that is not to be afraid to communicate with people. When I was in secondary school, which is Form 1, I was alone and lonely. I had barrier to conversing in a new language, so I was afraid to speak incorrectly. I studied at school. Although there were many different students, it was hard for me to make a new friends. I thought no one wanted to be a friend of mine because they did not talk to me first. Based on my experience, I can see that new international students have to talk to people first, try to be more open and welcoming. And they can see that most of native speakers will be nice to them. If they become friends with others who speak English, their English will improve faster and smoother. Never should they be afraid to talk to people. As a result, it can be a big step to be a successful student. I have just discussed that we need to communicate with people if we want our knowledge to increase and be a successful student. Furthermore, my third point that is to start to do extracurricular activities. For example, when students participate in sports, they learn important lessons which related to being a successful student. Being involved in sports, they learn how to cooperate in a team and to be a part of it. As a result, it helps them to better understand other students around them. Then, sports are always competition, and they can be winners and losers. That, by trying to get their best, they always try to improve their last results. In addition, volunteering such as working at the front desk to provide information to people who come, can help them to connect with the school department and even people outside of school. So, there is no denying that extracurricular activities can help you become a successful student. And now, I call upon my partner, which is Salman Safwan, to continue with our presentation about how to become successful students.
Dear friend, I should now move on to our first my point that is to have a diligent attitude. Okay, student must be diligent in trending book at school as well as at home. Student must also be diligent in completing homework given by the teacher, and they need to ask the teacher if they do not understand about a matter or topic. When it's come to exam, student must repeat student even more diligently. Okay? When it's come to exam, student must repeat student even more diligently. I have just discussed that having a diligent attitude is a must to become successful student. Okay, dear friend, I should now move on to our fifth. My point is student must also have high self-discipline. Student must be on time and as the time available. Okay, to the best of their ability. Therefore, it is appropriate for students to have complete study schedule and they must adhere to the study schedule. Okay? In their free time, students must do benefit activity such as reading scientific materials and surfing the internet to increase their knowledge. Okay, I have just discussed that high self-discipline is important to become successful student. Okay, lastly, I will see my point that is that we must always respect my parent and teacher. Students must also listen to the advice of parent and teacher. Student must accept criticism from parent and teachers with an open and positive mind. Okay? Student must also love their parent and teacher so that student will also always be loved and blessed. I have just discussed student need to respect parent and teacher. Okay? So that they improve by talking their advice. Okay, conclusion. My dear friend, today me and my partner has discussed about C to become successful student. He had discussed 3 points that have a diligence, attitude, high self-discipline, and always respect parent and teacher. Will I had discussed 3 points that keeping attendance, not to be afraid to communicate with people, and do extra curricular activities. Okay, my dear friend, let me end our speech by quoting Robert Theo, who said, "The stranger the strategy you in today is developing the streak your net for tomorrow. Okay, don't give up. Wish that we in our presentation that thank you. We would be happy to answer any question. Thank you so much for your questions if there are any. Once again, thank you for being such a wonderful audience. It has been a great honor and pleasure for us to be here today.